Now, in the first part of the test, I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about shopping. Do you enjoy shopping?
Yes, I happily enjoy shopping and I like to shop every once in a while, but not too often.
How often do you go shopping and what do you buy?
I go shopping uh, almost every week, but that depends upon what kind of shopping I'm going to. It may be grocery shopping, it can be apparel shopping, it can be some other essential item shopping, but for leisure shopping, I go only once a month or once in 2 3 months.
So, you prefer to go shopping alone or with other people?
When I'm going to shop for essential items, I like to go shop alone. But when I'm shopping for the fun as a fun activity, I like to go with somebody else so that I can have some fun around.
All right. I'd like to move on and ask you some questions about food now. What is your favorite food?
So I've recently developed a taste for Thai food, and khao soi is my favorite food. I just had it yesterday as well.
What kind of restaurants do you like to eat out at?
I I like to eat out at restaurants which provide customization as per the food, because I don't prefer to eat all the refined flours and everything. So whenever I'm eating out, even when I'm eating out some pizza or something like that, I like to prefer some sourdough bread or something like more of the vegetables. I like to have the cheese of my own choice. So I like to have the restaurants which provide customized food and which have some good quality food, not the fast food chains and all.
And what would your perfect meal be?
Um, no matter how much do I eat of other cuisines, my favorite meal would always be there is an Indian exotic vegetable which is not readily available throughout the India. It is known as, in Hindi it is known as kachri. Okay, and I like that along with some tortillas and with some ghee on top of it. Along with it, a glass of buttermilk. And if the buttermilk is, curry leaves infused, then I just love that.
All right. Let's move on and talk about hobbies now. Tell me about any hobbies you have.
Okay, so I'm mostly passionate about my work, and my hobbies uh, are very. My hobbies are something that I do around my work only, and I like to read. I love to read. The main hobby that I have is binge watching. So I binge watch through Netflix, Hotstar, Amazon Prime. I have binge watched through all of them, and I just love to binge watch, whether it's a series or a movie series, anything like that.
Are there any hobbies you would like to have in the future?
Yes, there are so many hobbies that I like to have. Like, there are things that I like to learn. For example, I want to learn swimming, so I want swimming to be my hobby. I want to learn skating, so I want skating to be my hobby. And I also like to learn art, like painting or drawing or something, but I'm not that very good at it, so I do not practice it much.
Do you think hobbies should be relaxing or should they be exciting?
I believe hobbies, you shall have a diverse uh, activity, like diverse amount of hobbies, so that as per your mental requirement, if you want something exciting, you can go some exciting hobby. And if you have like a very busy week where your mind has been, stuck at one place, if you want to just relax, do just some soothing activity, then you shall have a hobby related to that.
Now, I'm going to give you a topic and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you will have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say and you can make notes if you wish. Okay, here is some paper and pen to make notes, and here is your topic. Can you start speaking now, please?
Yes. Alright, so the question asks me to describe a course that I have done that has been useful. and I should be talking about what I have learned, what I have enjoyed about it, and what I didn't enjoy. And I also need to give an example of why it has been useful to me. So first of all, it reminds me of a time in my childhood. I was not that young, but I was in somewhere around 8th or 9th standard, and I took a course. It was like more like a summer camp, and it contained a lot of activities. It contained dancing, it contained speaking skills, debate, it contained speech, delivering, and it also contained some other fun activities on day-to-day basis. And I have learned a lot of things in that camp. I did not knew that I was that bad at dancing, or I used to have confidence in dancing, and then later I realized the confidence is good. I need to learn more about the steps, and I need to I need to practice it in order to get better at it. So I started practicing, or I started enjoying dancing afterwards, and it also had speech delivering. They gave me a speech, and on the wrapping up day, on the final day, I was required to deliver that speech. I realized after giving that speech that I'm really good at speaking. One thing that I need to learn is I need to work upon my remembering skills. I forget things in order they need to be presented. So I need to work on my remembering skills. And one thing that I enjoyed the most about it was that earlier when I was in school, when I was hanging out with my friends, I was always playing with the same kids, like the kids in my school, the kids in my class. They were all in my same age group.
All right. Are you in touch with anyone from the course now?
Uh, Not exactly. No.
Would you like to go on a course like this again?
I would. I would really love to go on such course, because these kind of things, it was like 1 week or 1 month, and these kind of activities helps you meet new people, understand new mentalities, and make new connections. And nowadays, as networking we call it, it is very important, and it helps you understand how to connect with new people.
We've been talking about a course you've done that you found useful. I'd now like to ask you some questions related to this. First, let's consider homework. Do you think it is important that children are given homework?
Yes, I believe that children shall always have some homework, because that keeps them motivated. They have it also builds discipline, that even when nobody is teaching you or nobody is on your head asking you to do something, you shall be doing your own things. You shall be excited to learn new things. When kids have homework, they develop a habit of going back home and revising the work that they have already done. So it's a really good practice.
How much homework should they be given?
The homework shall be depending upon what's a course pattern that currently they are working up around. Okay, so if it is a very difficult task, they shall be given homework at least enough that the practice should create the skills. Okay, that they shall develop those skills, that they are able to solve those problems on very quick basis. Just like if you are having a maths class, just one sum given, if you are given one numerical, that will not be enough. You shall have at least 10 or 20 to practice on it. But if you are having like an English essay, of course reading one page is enough.
Do you think parents should help their children with their homework, or should it be done alone?
Parents shall be supervising, and they shall help them as required, but they shall not be doing like every sentence or everything that is done by parents. Then it's similar to doing class study, but with a personalized or private teacher.
Now, we'll discuss the relationship between education and work. How important is it to have a university degree to get a job in your country?
So nowadays in my country, education is not the only criteria based on which people get jobs. Nowadays people can get jobs by doing simple courses, like short courses, and they can even get jobs without being too much literate. They can be 12th pass, they can just have high school schooling, and they can get a job based upon their skills, based upon their communication. And but otherwise, if you are in academics, or if you are in good research work, right, then of course university schooling is required.
Does having a degree from another country enhance employment opportunities in your country?
Yes, in my country, India, of course, always, bolsters the people who have studied abroad, and even the companies, they encourage people who have done study abroad because they feel that the quality of study is much far better.
What impacts do students who have studies abroad have on their country of origin when they come home?
Okay, um, studying abroad gives them a different perspective. It gives them a global perspective of how things are done. They are not limited to doing the things, just the things are done this way around or this way in the India. It broadens up their perspective of how they view the world, and any problem that they are solving, that also changes the way they do things.
All right, thank you. That is the end of the speaking test for IELTS. Have a lovely day.
Thank you, sir.